Hey guys, this is Ali from the AI Enthusiast, and I actually was watching an interesting podcast conversation between Lex Fridman and Sam Altman, and I figured what better way to introduce some of these concepts to you guys than to essentially just have some of the experts weigh in on this stuff. So I actually took some of the core snippets that I thought were very valuable for folks, and I put them, stitched them together. So when we are referencing folks, it's important not to portray them in a way that they would not like to be portrayed or to put words in their mouth. So I've tried to actually capture the technical content here. And yeah, hope you find it informative.
There will be no one version of GPT that the world ever agrees is unbiased. We will try to get the default version to be as neutral as possible.
Is there something to be said about the employees of a company affecting the bias of the system?
100%. We try to avoid the SF groupthink bubble. It's harder to avoid the AI groupthink bubble. That follows you everywhere.
But is it possible to separate the bias of the model versus the bias of the employees?
The bias I'm most nervous about is the bias of the human feedback raters.
So what's the selection of the human? Is there something you could speak to at a high level about the selection of the human raters?
This is the part that we understand the least well. We're great at the pre-training machinery. We're now trying to figure out how we're going to select those people, how we'll verify that we get a representative sample. You clearly don't want all American elite university students giving you your labels.
You have to optimize for how good you are actually answering at doing these kinds of rating tasks. How good you are at empathizing with an experience of other humans.
That's a big one.
And be able to actually what does the worldview look like for all kinds of groups of people that would answer this differently?
So yeah, there's a lot of insight there. And from my side, I just put together a slide summarizing, I think, 3 things that are important to me on this topic. And that's, sharing technical approaches on reducing the bias. So what I mean by this is there are many ways to reduce bias in models. You can use bias detectors, and then based off of that, look at the output of the LLM and then rank the least biased results, and then use that information to fine tune your LLM. There's ways to do data augmentation. I also think there's ways to basically have bias aware loss functions. So there's a lot of different approaches you can take to make your models safer. And then that leads into the second point is, the techniques that are being used by researchers, when they're building that product, that information should be basically stated to the end user. So when they use a model, they should know what types of techniques were used to make their model safe for use. And then finally, number 3 there, AI safety in core curriculums. So obviously, we need to be teaching these technical approaches when somebody's taking a deep learning class. But I'm also talking about just if you're just an end user, how can you be more informed when making a decision when it comes to using AI, right? So at the middle school or high school level, having some sort of curriculum, using AI responsibly, something like that, would be very useful for the next generation of users, of AI users, or really the first generation of AI users. So yeah, if you guys agree or disagree, please leave a comment. And also if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.